Hi there, this is Robyn Lessley, and I am going to explain why LIMU is different and far superior from all of the other network marketing companies out there. It is purposely made to make a difference in the everyday average person's life. So, hopefully you watched my other video where we go over the products. I will have more videos where we go strictly over the products. This is going to be pretty much the business side of LIMU and how you make money. So there are wonderful, tremendous products that are involved in the company, and obviously you can't make any money unless you sell products and take products and stuff like that. So there are wonderful products. I'm not going to get into much detail at all on this video. This is pretty much to show somebody how it can affect you financially. So I would like you to not only think about yourself when we go through this presentation, but think about who else could this help. And somebody can get involved in this business as a promoter being at the ripe old age of 14. So this could be something, you know, where somebody might not have to work at Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever for their first job and barely scrape by and barely pay for gas. This could be something that could completely pay for any amount of college that you want. This could be something that could help save somebody's house, help save somebody's marriage, because as we all know, financial problems are the #1 reason for divorce. So please open your mind and think about who all else you might know that that could benefit from this company. Anyway, so LIMU was started in 2004 by a man by the name of Gary Racer, and he was very, very successful in network marketing. When he got out of his last company, he was able to buy the proprietary rights to fucoidan. Now, fucoidan, you can search on PubMed, you could search Google. Fucoidan is a super nutrient that does wonderful, tremendous things for the body. So Gary created LIMU and the products and everything, and the company was doing great. It was in business for about 7 years, and it was about a $20 million company around September of 2011. And then Gary wanted to launch the company. He wanted to, you know, we were kind of steady, doing pretty good, but he wanted to take it to another level. So he recruited a man by the name of Trey Knight. And Trey Knight was very, very successful in another company, and he's a corporate turnaround specialist. He's an MBA grad. Very, very smart businessman. So what Gary and Trey did together is they wanted to make this company different. The normal network marketing model, 97% roughly of the people that get involved in a network marketing company fall out within the first year. And so what Gary and Trey wanted to find out is, okay, how can we appeal to that 97%? Actually 100% of the people, but how can we appeal to that 97% that falls out in the other companies? What is it that makes them fall out, and what can we do to make it work? And so what they did is they went out and researched a whole bunch of other companies and interviewed a whole bunch of people. So what they figured was, all right, the #1 reason people fall out of network marketing is because they don't like to recruit. It's uncomfortable unless you're in a sales kind of business. Most people are not very comfortable doing that. When it comes to going to a great movie and you can't wait to tell your friends, or you go to a restaurant and the service and the food was awesome, most people have no problem whatsoever sharing that experience. But when it comes to something business-wise, there's just a different mindset. So we try to figure out how we could fix that. And so what we did is Trey and Gary came up with the 90-day LIMU experience. And basically, you take the products for 90 days, and you will have an experience. Whether it be a weight loss, whether you sleep better, whether you have more energy, whether you're able to get off medications because your body loves the products, or whether you're able to replace your income or get a free car. So those kind of things, if you have those kind of experiences, say you drop 15 pounds in a month and a half and you walk out the door and you see a friend that you hadn't seen, they're going to look at you and go, wow, you look great. How did you do that? And what's the natural thing? You just say, LIMU did it. Or, you know, if you're bouncing off the walls because you feel fantastic for the first time in years, you are just going to radiate with that and you're going to tell people. It's natural marketing, natural networking, and so we kind of take that away. So where it's not uncomfortable, it feels natural. The second thing that is a major issue with why people get out of a business is because of auto ship. In any company, you either have to have a product or a service in order to stay active as a member or a business builder. So if you aren't to the level where you're making money and you're struggling financially and you have the power bill or you have your auto ship and you have to pick between one of those because you only have enough money for one, you're going to pick the power bill. And then the auto ship's going to go out the door and then you say, you know what, that business didn't work for me. I couldn't even pay for my product. So how Gary and Trey fixed that problem is they came up with the 3 for free. So basically, you're going to share the product or share the story, share the business with people, and not all of them want to build a business. You're going to have plenty of people that want to just take the products because the products are fantastic. So let's say you have 3 customers. So we have 3 customers here, and they're all spending $100 a month. You have 3 customers on auto ship. Now your $100 a month is free. So your auto ship is free. So 3 for free. You eliminate a huge part of why people get out of business. The really cool thing about this business, because I've been in a bunch of them, I've never seen it where a customer, say you have a little grandma here who loves to take the products for her joints. It makes her joints feel better. And she tells 3 of her other little grandma friends. They all spend $100 on auto ship. Your customer, just for spreading the word, she gets her products for free also, which is really very cool. And then the third thing of why people get out is you just can't make any money. I was in another business where I had 300 people in my downline, and I never made over $150 a month. It was really very frustrating. It's worse than minimum wage. So how they fix that problem, say you're a promoter, say you want to get in and you want to build the business because you need to make some more income and you want to get your product for free. So you join the business, it's $500 to get in, and you make anywhere, you get $200 to $300 worth of products. Then you get a website, you get a bunch of marketing material, and you're in business for yourself with $500. So you help your friends Bill, Tom, and Sue get involved in the business. Now, if you did this slow, you would get paid for, $50 for Bill, $50 for Tom, $50 for Sue. But we could show you, if you get those 3 people in one business week with LIMU, because we pay 5 times a month, if you get Bill, Tom, and Sue all in one business week, you get $100 for each, plus you get a $200 2K VIP bonus. So basically, if we can help you to get involved and then get your 3 people, and then you have your money back. So now you have free product and you have your money back. So this 2K VIP, 2K means 2,000. So 500 times 4 is 2,000 in volume. So this is basically all we focus on. You help Bill, Tom, and Sue get in, and then now we help Bill, Tom, and Sue get their money back. If that's all we focus on, business is naturally going to just grow. It's going to take off. So once we help 10 people in our network get their money back, so 10 times 2,000 is 20K, 20,000 in volume. Now you are BMW qualified. So we help 10 people become 2K VIP, which is 20K. You qualify to get a BMW paid for by LIMU and approximately about a $2,000 a month income. And you could do this in 30 days. So when I looked at this business, because I was a total skeptic, I've been in so many, I told the people at the party that I was not going to get in because I just seen so many of them fail, and I personally had failed. But when I saw that somebody can make $2,000 a month in their first 30 days, a light bulb came on. I'm in the Reno area, so I don't know where you guys are from. But here we have so many people out of work. So many people out of work. Just the market is awful. The unemployment, we have the highest unemployment in the nation. So $2,000 a month could completely replace somebody's income. And that was a big deal to me. Like I said before, another business, I had 300 people in my downline and I only made $150 a month. So $2,000 a month that you can make in 30 days is fantastic. So if we help 5 people go 20K, 5 people in our downline get BMW qualified, and they don't all have to be personally sponsored by us. Then we're at a 100K level, which is $100,000 a month. And just a side note here, a really good side note, everybody orders directly to the company, and the company ships directly to them. So we don't have any products stocked in our garage. Everybody orders only for themselves, including the customers. The customers order directly through LIMU, which is very cool. So anyways, once we help 5 people get car qualified, we're at a 100K level. So that's approximately $8,000 to $10,000 a month. And you could do that in 90 days. That is such a dramatic thing because I'm in real estate and I can make $10,000 a month, but I would have to sell probably roughly around 3 houses every month to do that. And in real estate, just like a normal job, once you can't make money unless you have a deal going. So once I close a deal with real estate, there is no more money until I close another deal. The thing about this business is once you build up this business, this $10,000 a month is residual. It's going to come in every month. So that's very, very powerful. And then also my goal is to help people save their houses. And so $10,000 a month can help a lot of people save their houses. It can help kids go to college. It could be that trip you've always dreamed of. That is just a big amount of money, and you could do that in 90 days. If you don't change what you're doing, you can't expect different results. So this will give you that different result. Plus the business is a lot of fun. Okay, so let me explain how we are different. So far, I like the numbers, but I wasn't really sold on anything that I had seen. But this page right here, this is going to be the game changer. So here's the typical multi-level marketing business. You are in business for yourself, but by yourself. So the cool thing is the more people you go out and sponsor, the more money you're going to make. But when, if they fall out, you have to go and replace those people to keep your income there. So the traditional model is for you to go out and find as many people as you can in hopes that they will build a big business. But there's some people that might not have enough volume. They're the wrong personality. They might be struggling. And most likely you're going to lose at least 7 out of 10 of these people. So you go out and sponsor more. So how LIMU is different is we have up to 60 days to place the people that we bring into the business. And we could strategically place them to where it makes sense. We only build 3 legs. We only build 3 legs here. And anybody else that you sign up after the 3 people, you are forced to build underneath and bring up the volume for everybody. It is such a smart system. So basically I take all of this volume, 2K, so that's 2,000, 5,000, 2,000, 10,000. So I take those same exact numbers and I just place them differently. So we only build 3 legs. So I have Bill, Tom, and Sue. They're all kind of struggling here. So I put this guy here who's at a 20K. He's making about $2,000 a month. Put him under Bill, and now Bill's volume is 22,000. And that was outside of what Bill had done himself. And same thing here. So I put this $10,000 a month guy under this 5,000. So now his total volume is 15,000. And then put him under this 5K. So now he's car qualified at 20K. So he's making $2,000 a month. Now everybody else straight up is going to be car qualified. Obviously there are more details involved, and so there are a few more things. But the idea in how, you know, to the person up here, it doesn't matter where you place these people. It does make sense if you place them on the bottom and run that volume all the way up. It makes it more stable. So what have we done here? Basically, everybody's got free product, and every single person here is making a paycheck. That, to me, is powerful. So, like I said, we have up to 60 days to place people. So, every single person has their own little waiting room or staging room. And so when they sign up people, the people are in here and they're trying to get their BMW in their first 30 days. So they're in here, they're talking to their people, building their business while in this waiting room. So at the end of 60 days, and I hope this isn't confusing, but everybody builds 3 legs, right? So I am assuming that we're only going to get 1/3 of this because the other 2/3 are going to go towards the other legs. So I'm assuming we're going to get 1/3, so that's 20,000 in volume. So from our upline, they place that down in our business. So Bill, who had 22,000 in volume, now has 42,000 in volume. And that was given from somebody that he's never met before. And so that also is going to run everybody up with 20,000 more in volume. And so this guy, we get 10,000 from him. So it puts Tom at 37,000 in volume. And then Sue here at 37 also. So yes, these are big numbers. When everybody gets involved in LIMU, they're worth 500 points. The month after, they're worth 100 points because you're just buying the products. Well, and if you have customers and stuff like that, you're going to be around 400 points. Anyways, not to confuse you, but all we're doing is just sharing the opportunity, and we're taking the products and we have customers. So that's all we're doing. We're not doing anything crazy. We're just sharing the business. So just to give you an idea, all right, so like I said, I've been in a lot of network marketing businesses, and I'm kind of a technical number crunching kind of girl. This is really, really powerful. I think a main reason why people fail in network marketing is because they try and do it slow. So this is a perfect example of what a difference it makes if you go fast versus slow. And everybody in your business wants you to go fast. If you understand this concept, it's going to be a giant light bulb. Okay, so when people get in, they're worth 500 points because they spent $500 on their kit, all their product, and then after that, they're going to have their auto ship, which is going to be about 100. So at this 20K level, which is the BMW qualified $2,000 a month, if you do it fast, when everybody's worth 500, you only need 40 people. If you do it slow, you're going to need 200. So there is a huge difference. You only need 1/5 of the people if you go fast. And this is the level where you make $8,000 to $10,000 a month. That is the total game changer right there. And some people might not be able to comprehend $10,000 a month. I can, but that's the level I want to be. So it's like Okay, so I could get there with 200 people, obviously not all personally sponsored. Or if I go slow, it would take 1,000 people to be at that same level. To me, it makes total sense to go fast. So let me show you how easy that is. So basically, if you just signed up 3, let's say it takes 15 people to talk to call on the phone, and you actually show them the business to 12 people, and then you sign up 3. If that's all you do, instead of doing it in 30 days where you get your money back, you do it in 1 week. You get your 3 people in 1 week. Then the next week, all we do is help these 3 people talk to 15 each and get their 3, right? 3 times 3 is 9. And that's all they do. And then all we do after that is take these 9, help them talk to their people, and so now 9 times 3 is 27. So at the end of 1 month, the total signups is 119 people. And so you'd be right around $4,000 a month. If you went, everybody got their people in their first week versus their first month. The first month, that's great if you could get all 3 people, and then you just get your money back. But it's going to take a lot longer. So if we could just get your first 3 people in your first week and that's all you did, that's fantastic. So if you just get 1 more person, instead of 3, you get 4. Say it takes 20 people to talk to, and you sign up 4, and you do that in your first week. Okay? First of all, you're going to get your $500 back plus $100, so you're going to have $600 after your first week. And then all we do is help those 4 talk to their people and get their 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And then through the end of the month, you're going to have 338 people in your downline, and you're going to have $8,000 to $10,000 a month residual. It's going to come in there no matter what. It would be wonderful if you could go to your job and say, hey, boss, I'm going to work this week, but I want you to pay me forever for the work I'm doing this week. And I'll be done after this week, but I expect a paycheck. That would be wonderful if that would happen, but it's not going to happen. But with this business, it will. And so people think, all right, well, what if I don't do anything after that? Well, these 256 people, they want to make the same money. So the next week, that's going to quadruple also. So it's only going to get bigger and better. But fast versus slow, there's no question that's the way to go. So let me show you what's happened in the last year since Trey Knight and Gary Racer relaunched the company. So the relaunch was September 15th of 2011. And the business has just exploded with this whole new plan to make everybody successful, quick, and fast. So from so this is just a 1 month difference from June of 2012 to July of 2012. The additions of new people has gone up 21%. U.S. daily sales, 21%. Fast track packs. Now that's people getting in the business to promote the business, up 31%. So every single month, except for December, since the relaunch, and we're talking 11 months now, every single month we've had double-digit growth over the previous month. And we were talking a $20 million company when we started. So July 2011 to July 2012, U.S. daily sales up 665%. New additions of new people, 598%. It's exploding. And the cool thing is the company's been around since 2004, but nobody was west of the Mississippi before September of 2011. And so it is so brand new. We maybe have 7,000 to 8,000 people west of the Mississippi. It's brand new. It's wide open. So July 31st, just a few weeks ago, was our biggest single day ever. We had more people join the business, join LIMU, July 31st, than we did for the first 7 months of 2011 combined. It's just growing so fast. This is the next Google. This is the next Microsoft. This is launching, and we are so close to the top. It's such a phenomenal business. So most VIPs ever, you know, everything is growing like crazy. So one more quick thing. So this is just an idea about the products, since I didn't really talk about the products very much on this video. This is just an overview of some of the studies that they found on fucoidan with pain relief and infections and fights cancers. So, you know, it helps our cancer cells kill themselves, basically. Apoptosis, glandular health. It helps with allergies. It helps with fibromyalgia and toothaches and backaches and sore throats and all sorts of stuff. The products are fantastic. The business is fantastic. So the question I want to ask you is, does this make sense? What if this worked? What if this worked and you can make $2,000 to $10,000 at the end of 30 days? Would that change your life? And think of the top 5 or 10 people that would kick your butt if you didn't share this with them. If you heard about this and you didn't share this with them, you know, think of how many people you could change their lives and save their marriage and even yourself, or how many people are really struggling with their health. This could get them the finances to deal with that if they're off work, and hopefully it could help them with their health at the same time. So please, I really appreciate you spending the time with me and watching this video. There will be more videos to come. I want you to just ask yourself, does this make sense? If it does, it's $500. $500, I think most of us have gone out and blown that in a weekend without thinking twice about it. We might regret it Monday morning, but it's not that big of a deal. But it could be the start of the biggest thing that's ever happened to you. Something that can financially change your life, get you out of the job that you hate, pay for your kids' college. It could do so many wonderful things. So please get back to the person that sent you to this video. My website is Lessley, LESSLEY.IamLIMU.com. And you could call me at 775-200-4027 if you have any questions. But again, if somebody different than me has sent you to this video, please get back with them, and we could get questions answered. And I say, why not? Let's go for it, because this will change your life, and it'll change the life for people you love. So take a leap of faith, you know, do research if you need to, but $500 to change your life, I think is fantastic. Anyways, thank you for spending the time, and have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.